Chapter 13. What happened next was extremely cool. A holographic image of his second librarian appeared beside Dr. Zenko at the center desk. She looked a little like Princess Leia being beamed out of R2D2 in Star Wars, except she had an old fashioned bubble top hairdo, cat eye glasses, and a tweed jacket with patches on the elbows. Here to present our official library locking rules, said Dr. Zenko, is Mrs. Gail Tibbin, head librarian of Alexandriaville Public Library back in the 1960s, when Mr. Lemoncello was your age. Overhead, the Wonder Dome has shifted back to its 10 Dewey Decimal displays. How old is she? Asked Sean Keegan. She's 110 if she were still alive. But she's dead and working here? Let's just say her spirit lives on in this hologram. Mrs. Tibbin, the one who helped Mr. Limoncello with so much, he whispered to Akimi when he was a kid. I know, her hair looks like a beehive. Kyle shrugged. From what I've seen on TV, the 1960s was generally weird. Welcome, children, to the Library of the Future, said the flickering projection. Mr. Zinchenko will now pass out Limoncello Library floor plans, your mapping guide to all that this extraordinary building has to offer. Your new library cards will grant you access to all rooms except the Master Control Center, the red door you passed on your way in, and of course, Mr. Limoncello's private suite on the third floor. Charles dangled his golden key in front of his face. I believe you need this to enter that. Mrs. Tibbin ignored him. She was a hologram. That made it easier. Security personnel are on duty 24 hours a day, she continued. During your stay, all of your actions will be recorded by video cameras, as outlined in the consent agreement you and your parents signed earlier. Are you going to be on a reality TV show? Asked Haley, smiling up at a tiny camera with a blinking red light. It is a distinct possibility, said Dr. Zinko. I like television, and said the ghostly image of Mrs. Tibbin. Rowan and Martin's Laughing is my favorite program. Returning to the rules. The use of personal electronic devices is strictly prohibited at all times during the lock-in. The security guard, Clarence, and a guy who looked like his identical twin brother entered, each of them carrying an aluminum case. Kindly deposit all cell phones, iPods, and iPads in the receptacles provided by our security guards, Clarence and Clement. Your devices will be safely stored for the duration of your stay and will be returned to you at the conclusion of our activities. Also, you may use the desktop pad computers in this room to comb through our card catalog and conduct internet research. However, these devices cannot send or receive email or text messages. Whatever these might be. Remember, I retired in 1973. We will still use carbon paper. And now Dr. Zinko will walk you through the floor plan. Everybody unfolded their map pamphlets. As you can see, said Dr. Zinko, fiction titles are located here in the reading room. The children's enrichment room with soundproof walls is over there. 2 fully equipped community meeting rooms, as well as the room book nook cafe. Behind those windows, where the curtains are drawn, are also located on this floor. Upstairs, on 2, you will find 10 numbered doors, each leading into a chamber filled with books, information, and, well, displays related to its corresponding Dewey Decimal category. Kyle raised his hand. Yes? Where are the electronic learning centers? Dr. Zenko grinned. Upstairs on the 3rd floor, where you will find also the boardroom, the art and artifacts room, the IMAX theater, the Lemoncello room, the... Can we go upstairs and play? Asked Bridget Wage. I want to try out the space shuttle simulator. I want to learn how to drive a car, said Shane Keegan. A race car. I want to conquer the world with Alexander the Great. said Yasmin. Apparently, everybody was doing what Kyle had already done, checking out the available educational gameware listed on the back of the floor plan. Early access to the Electronic Learning Center will be tonight's second prize, said Dr. Zinko. To win it, you must see the library's resources to find dessert, which we have hidden somewhere in the building. Whoever does the research and locates the goodies first will also be the first one allowed into the Electronic Gaming Center. So use your wits and use your library. Go find dessert. Everybody raced around the room and sat down at separate desks to start tapping on the glass computer pads. Well, everyone except Sierra Russell. She spent like 2 seconds swiping her fingers across the screen, wrote something down on a stubby pencil on a slip of paper, then wandered off to inspect the 3-story tall curved bookcases lining the walls at the back half of the rotunda. Kyle watched as she stepped onto a lightly elevated platform with handles, like you'll see on your grandmother's walker. It had a basket attached to the front. Dr. Zenko? Yes, Miss Russell. Is this safe? Because the book I want is all the way up at the top. Yes, just make sure your feet are securely locked in. Sierra wiggled her leg. Kyle heard a metallic strap. It's like a ski boot, said Sierra. That's right. Now use the keypad to tell the hover ladder the call number for the book you are interested in and hang on tight. Sierra consulted the slip of paper and tapped some keys. The bottom of that platform you are standing on is a magnet, said Dr. Zinko. There are ribbons of electromagnet material in the lining of the bookcases. The strength of those magnets will be modulated by our maglev computer based on the call number you input. 2 seconds later, Sierra Russell was floating in the air, drifting up and to the left. It was absolutely awesome. The hover ladder must be advanced magnetic levitation technology, said Miguel, seated at the desk to Kyle's right, just like the magnet bullet trains in Japan. Cool, mumbled Kyle, and for the first time in his life, Kyle wanted to check out a library book more than anything in the world.